Once again, welcome to your class on the rule of the road by A.G. Gardner. If you remember, in the previous class I said that how people misuse their rights. They know they have the rights, but they should use the rights in a responsible manner. Very nicely he has taken this topic. Now he is saying that here we have to continue that, like as I said, walking on the middle of the road or walking on the pavement, that is your responsibility. Where to walk, how to drive, you have the right, you have every right to walk, to drive, but you don't have the right to snatch away another person's right, right? Like you should not go beyond your limits. Like suppose you have parked your vehicle in a place where it is no parking being written. Okay, if it is no parking, you have parked, and suppose the vehicle was pulled up or towed by the police. You started cursing the police, you started abusing the policeman, that how dare is he to pick up my or to pull up my vehicle. He should have understood that I have got one small works, that's why I have parked over there. But you know, if you have parked at that place, what would happen? Many of the persons, those who are at the back, they could not able to move forward because of your vehicle coming in their way. What does it show? Like your irresponsible behavior where you have parked. Because of your parking, you must have gone across these regularly, on regular basis we can find this type of incidents. Like when we are going, we can find an auto in between parked, or any bike be parked in a sideways, and you must have heard your once those who are driving the car or driving the bike started scolding, started getting irritated, because your father, brother, or whoever would be driving, they get irritated and they said that how could they park in such a way in between the road. That is the thing. When you are parking in a no parking zone or in mid of the road, if the police is pulling that vehicle or towing that vehicle, then you cannot complain, because that is your wrongly done work and it is supposed to be punished. You cannot fight with the police that okay, this is my right to park the car here. No, you cannot. That is your right to park, but not in the parking zone. Taking your rights in a responsible manner is more countable. So here, if suppose they don't pulled up the vehicles which are coming on the way, once your car is being towed, but if suppose the other cars would be there, if they don't get towed up, you feel like that why the police is not towing this car, they are disturbing the traffic, regulation of the traffic. So we have to be like clear out our mind that whatever the police is doing to regulate the traffic, it is for our betterment. Once it happens with you, the other time it can happen with the other person. So whoever is wrong has to get the punishment or has to get the penalty. So if they don't do, how can they manage the traffic? The next thing what he said was very nice. Liberty not a personal affair but a social contract. Liberty is not a personal affair, it is a social contract. Liberty is freedom. If you take your liberty, is a personal affair. Like I have given you example that I'll do whatever I feel like, that is my road, I am paying the tax for the road. So it will create a chaos. Chaos is disordered, completely disordered, and confusion would be there. Everybody, if they feel like liberty, my freedom is my individual liberty, I can go ahead. No, it is a social contract. It is a society. We have to bound it. We have to bound ourselves with the society. We are living in a society where we have to manage all these things. You cannot say like that, okay, because it is my right, I have the freedom, I can do whatever. Curtailed means limited. You can find this word in the para. Curtailed means limited, restricted. We have the liberty, we have the freedom, but it should be in a limited manner. It is not some jungle raj going on. Okay, it is actually we are living in a world where we are human beings, we are not animals. We have to follow certain rules and regulations, and even if you feel The animals also follow rules and regulations. They too follow, like they go into line, they follow the whole continuous way, and normally wild animals don't come into the domestic side, domestic animals don't go into the wild side. That shows that they too have certain rules and they follow. We too have to follow. And he is now, this is that what he said, for the we have to maintain the order in the society. Now some things which are very personal to us, that nobody can ask. So where he was giving this example as dressing gown, I can wear a dressing gown and walk on the road. If you found any person dressing weirdly, which is not according to the societal norms, could you go and ask the person that what are you wearing? You cannot, because the other person would reply you, it's my freedom. I feel like to wear this, I am wearing this. You could not ask, because that is his freedom to wear. Any person can do anything. It is up to their own limitations. Like personally, if they are doing, we cannot ask. If a person is walking barefoot without wearing the slippers and all, if suppose any person is walking either for the religious purpose or for any other, like they are willing to go, so can you stop them? Can you check it out and tell, how dare you to walk on the road barefooted? No, you cannot, because that is their own liberty, that is their personal one. This is different liberty. Here talking about walking on the road, driving on the footpath, walking on the middle of the road, that is a different liberty. This liberty is totally personal. He is saying that if I can dye my hair, nobody can ask me why you have dyed. Yeah, of course. Previously in other classes I have mentioned this one, that people are dyeing their hair by actually burning a part of the hair. They are getting varieties of the colors on their hair, not resembling to the normal color of the hair. But can we stop them? Can we tell them that why you are dyeing this hair? Okay, if your brother or if your sister is doing, if you are telling them, that is a different part. But on the road, if any stranger, you can see any stranger, you can make fun, you can laugh, you can tell to your classmate, you can enjoy, but you cannot say to that person, go to that person and personally say that, knock knock, that the hair dye what you have done is looking very bad on you. Even though you are willing to say, but you couldn't say. This is the personal freedom of a person. If you found out, he is saying, actually he used himself, like if author saying that if I want to wear, like author being a man, if he want to wear a frock or a sandal, nobody can stop him. Of course nobody can stop him. Like in the same way, when the girls are wearing the dresses more resembling to the boys, we cannot stop them. In the same way, if any man is wearing the dress which is resembling to the lady, we cannot stop them. We cannot ask them, we cannot say them that this is, I don't like this. You cannot say. Who are you not to like, not to actually, you are not someone to give me your opinion, right? So that is the one he is saying. If you want, you can sleep late. If you want, you can late wake up. Nobody can ask you, because that is your personal freedom. Eat any dish, whichever dish you feel like that. Nobody is there to ask, and nobody is supposed to ask. If you start asking these questions, it will create a maelstrom, a situation full of confusion and strong emotions. People could get ready to fight. It is happening somewhere in the world, or you can say in India also it is happening, that the eating habits of the people are getting judged. But it is actually wrong. Nobody has the right to decide what the other person could eat. Like if he said that if I am eating mustard seeds, I hope you know that. So mustard seeds or mustard anything in a form of anything, if I am eating with mutton, nobody can stop me. And it's like I like. You must have seen some of the weird combinations by the people, using different varieties of the sauces with different things. So it's up to their choice. Whatever they want, they can eat. from here to here he is completely discussing, or here completely discussing the personal freedom of a person, which does not have an effect on the other. Whatever he is saying here, it does not affect the other person related to you, or walking on the road, or working place, or at a working place. It would not affect the person. So unless and until it affect the person, it is your own personal liberty. If it is affecting, means it is not good, because liberty is not personal, it is a social contract. If you are working in an organization and certain dress code is there, if they said you, okay, please follow this dress code, if you like, you can accept the condition, you can join the organization. If you don't like, you can not join the organization. Nobody can force you to join the organization. But if you say, I'll go into the organization and I'll do whatever I feel like that, that is wrong. Have you understood what I wanted to say? That in that contract, in the organization's contract, that is, you have to take this point where your personal liberty does not matter, because you are joining a place where there are certain rules. If you want to follow, join. If you don't want to follow, out. Okay. These are your personal things which you can do when it is not affecting the others. Marry to anyone. He has given example, like if he wants, he can marry to a dark lady or a fair lady, or to anybody. Nobody could ask, and nobody has the right to ask to whom the other person is getting married, to whom the other person is selecting as a life partner. Nobody has the right. So he is saying that this is your total personal freedom. Nobody can interfere into that. Read any author, whichever author you like, whichever book you like. Either you like the thriller, you like the suspense, you like the comedy, you like the horror, whichever book you like, go ahead and read any author. Nobody can dare to ask you why you are reading this and that author. Okay, because that is your personal liberty. So from here, completely from here to here, all these comes under your personal liberty. You can do anything unless it is affecting the society. Does it affect society? Nothing. It affects you only as a person. You get affected, not the society. So we have to keep it in mind that this is certain different thing, and that is a different thing. That is your liberty with responsibility and curtailed liberty. Curtailed, I said limited. This is about limited liberty. This is total freedom. So we have to maintain it out, that how to judge these things, how to maintain these things, and how to not feel offended. If suppose somebody has said you not to do here, if suppose somebody is stopping you and you are feeling hurt or bad, means you are wrong, because that is the liberty which is affecting the other persons. Here nobody can ask you. Okay, maybe the friend can say you, maybe the family can say you that this is wrong, this is good. They have the right. That is total different thing, but not any stranger. I hope you have understood the difference between these two types of the liberties. Now in the next class, we'll try to complete the lesson by going ahead for the last paras of the lesson, and by the time, please read it out these and try to understand and get an idea of what actually he wanted to say into that liberty. Don't take it for easy, because this is the lesson we need to understand, and it is especially nowadays, it is getting very essential for the people to get the proper understanding of what the liberty means. Okay, by the time, take care, have a nice day.